Okay, today we are going to go over loops. We have the while loop, the do loop, and the for loop. All three of these loops perform similar functions, but they do it in different ways. The while loop loops through a block of code as long as the condition is true, where the the do while loop is a variant of the while loop, and it will execute the block of code once before checking if the condition is true, and then it repeats. So if you look at it, notice the while on the while loop is up here. So it is saying while I is less than 5, the cout will be whatever I is. Next line, increment I by 1. Remember, this is a shortcut for that. So then I will then become a 1. So 1 is still less than 5, so the while statement still stands correct. While 1 is less than 5, cout is 1. Increment 1 to 2. While 2 is less than 5, cout will be 2. And that's what you're seeing over here. Clear up to 4, and as soon as it equals 5, this statement is no longer true, and the program stops and the return 0 runs. Now on your do loop, or do while loop, let's just say you made this condition not true. Let's just reverse the sign. You would get a 0 here because you're saying cout is I, and then you increment by 1, while, now you have your while at the bottom. I is greater than 5. 1 is not greater than 5, so you're done right there at that point. But if you switch the sign to the other direction and run, you have the same effect. Because I equals 0, cout is I, increment I by 1. I now equals 1, output the 1, and then 5 is still bigger than 1. So that is the difference between the do loop and the while loop, but you can still achieve the same thing with both loops just by tweaking a little bit. And actually, let me go back to the while loop real quick and show you what happens if I make the condition untrue. See, it checks first. So let's flip the sign. Nothing. It can't give you anything because the condition is never true. The final loop is the for loop. The statements are important to understand with the for loop. See, here's the syntax. You have statement 1, statement 2, and statement 3. Number 1 is executed one time before the execution of the code block. So this is executed. Number 2 defines the condition for executing the code block. So this is the condition right here, if 5 is greater than 1 or whatever. 3 is executed every time after the code block has been executed. So once this has been executed, this is executed. Then this is executed before this. If this is executed, then this is executed. Sounds confusing, but if you just take a look, you have I equals 0, I is greater than 5, increment I by 1. So like I said, here is your condition, here's your action, here's what's happening, and then here's your initiator, or however you want to put it, where I is dimmed. So I equals 0, I is less than 5, I gets incremented, and that happens until the condition is no longer true. Then this is blocked from happening, and you get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 for your couts. So that's it for your explanation on loops. Now, I'll give a separate little video for your assignment. That way you can take a little break.